Hey everybody, it's me, Kai Man. I am in the house chilling. I'm excited. I have really been doing some work on myself. I've been really focusing on that self-love kind of thing and self-development. You guys know that. If you know me, you know that that's something that I've been working on for quite some time now. And lately, I have given myself permission to do less. Instead of working like so hard on creating content as far as videos and the Conversations with Kai Man show and doing some other documentaries and things of that nature. I've kind of pulled back because I needed to really focus on myself and who it is that I am and where it is that I'm going within my life. I am in this space of really delving into me deeply, really paying attention to myself, my dreams, my hopes, my thoughts, my feelings, all of those things. I'm really trying to get into a different spiritual mode. I've been listening to a lot of metaphysical videos and reading metaphysical books and reading occult lectures or listening to occult lectures, reading the Bible, trying to understand astrology. I'm looking at all these different things because I realize that there is no one way or one road to get to the destination of where it is that you're trying to go. There are many roads, and a lot of times we're really fearful of trying to understand something else because we've been taught in our lives that, oh, that's hokey or that's bad, or as my partner would say, that's spooky spiritual. And if we don't allow ourselves to understand some things or to go back within our history and to understand why we're doing what it is that we're doing now, we're just doing it because somebody else told us. We don't have a real understanding of why we're doing it. And so for me, I want to understand within myself. I don't want to have my mother's understanding or my sister's understanding or what the world's understanding of, spirituality or religious beliefs or how the world works, those particular types of things, and how you are supposed to be. And so I'm not afraid to try different things. I'm not afraid to delve into different things because I understand, everything is a learning point. Everything allows you just a little bit more knowledge so that you can make an informed decision. But you can't make informed decisions about your life if everyone else is making the decisions for you. And so I no longer wanted to be in that space. I've done a couple, maybe it's been about a month or so. Yeah, about a month ago, I did a flotation therapy. And the flotation therapy is when you're in this pod and there's like 10,000 gallons, I do believe, or no, 1,000 gallons, I'm sorry, maybe it's 1,000 gallons of like Epsom salt. And so it allows you to float, and you can either have it dark in there or you can have, certain lights. You could choose the color of your lighting, whatever it is that you want. And then you could choose if, you want music or not. And you can have meditation music. And that's what I did. And you spend an hour in this pod. And it was the most wonderful thing. And I did a video about it. I haven't posted it yet, but I'll post a video. But it was just this amazing thing, this amazing experience. And when it was over for me, I felt real peaceful. I took myself to lunch. I went and had lunch at Detroit Vegan Soul. And I sat there and I just wrote a little bit as I was waiting for my food to arrive. But I wrote about the experience and what it felt like from that particular a few minutes or a half an hour after having that experience. But these are things that I am trying to delve into to get deeper into who it is that I am. We've been taught that we had to, shield ourselves from certain parts of us, that, dark side of who it is that we are, instead of trying to understand that darker side of us, or trying to understand, those things that, we may think that, we don't like or care for, but understand those are still parts of us, and we have to learn to accept them. And if those things can be changed, sure, change them so that you can become better. But I've been really just in a state of, in a perpetual class. I've been listening to certain things that are making me understand who I am as a person and why I do some things that I do. But then I'm also understanding some of our history, African American history, world history, and not from the textbook sense of it. That's BS that they teach us in school, not from that perspective. I'm really into astrology now because it really helps me to navigate my life. It's been like a playbook for me. If I understand, the planets and how they affect me as a person, then I can kind of guide myself to be, in the most optimal opportunities. And so I'm just excited. I'm excited about where it is that I am. I have an amazing partner. I love her so much. She is just helping me to understand my life more. She's not like she's, saying, here, understand your life more. But the relationship that we have, we love some of the same things. We enjoy praying together. We've meditated together. Astrology, we're into dreams, metaphysics, and all these different, things that I'm into, she's into. And so it just makes it that much better. And then we kind of, read different books, and, hey, did you read such and such? Or I'm reading such and such. I picked this book up the other day, and I'm going to read this, and it's great. And also, for someone to hold me accountable. I don't think anybody has ever held me accountable for anything. But, so it's been great, because my ego at first didn't like it. It was like, oh, how dare you? I'm like magnificent. I'm wonderful. Not that I'm not, I am, but I make mistakes and I do some things that I guess I didn't even realize that I was doing myself. And so, in being honest with yourself and realizing, oh man, when I look back on some things, I'm like, ooh, there was a better way of doing it. You could have done that differently, or you could have said, that differently, or you could have really just had a conversation. And it makes me also look at some of the relationships that I've been in and how I was in those relationships, not the people themselves, but how I was, and how I always try to be whatever it is that other person needs. That's kind of like a gift that I have. And so, in doing so, it made me not less than a person, but it didn't allow for me to even know who I am at this particular stage of the game. I've been what I would call is authentic. As I grow, I become even more authentic in who it is that I am, because I'm beginning to understand myself more. I've never had conversation where, in the beginning of relationships, you talk about things that happen or whatever, but a lot of it was me listening, and trying to cover and be there, and there wasn't a lot of like reciprocation of what is it that you like, what is it that you want, and now that I have that, it's almost as if you say, well, shoot, I don't know what I like, and so being, where I am in this space, it allows me to begin to know and understand exactly what it is that I like and why I like it, and to explore and to just be me, and not try and fix everybody else's life or try and be there for everybody, and and it's just been a phenomenal space to be in, and I'm so happy with my life right now. I can't even, I'm working on my finances. I'm working on saving money, and I'm working on building something for myself. And it's for a lack of a better term, I would love to keep saying amazing, but the space that I'm in is allowing me to open up in ways that I never had before. I've been in parties where I've been, such a serious person, and the time, I guess, really called for that. But being in this space that I am now, there is a balance between the serious and the over professional person, and now being able to balance that, silly person that I am, because I am silly. A lot of you probably wouldn't know that, but I am silly, and I do love to laugh, and, but I'm realizing too some things that I don't like, and I don't have to do those things, and I don't have to be that, and so it's just amazing. I'm happy. I'm writing, and I'm paying attention to my life. I'm paying attention to the things that I say to people, things that people say to me. I'm paying attention to my health, my chakras, wanting to be aligned, as I said that as I'm leaning over and should be sitting up. But just being able to have a space where I can pray and meditate with my partner and grow with them in such a way that I'm growing more on the inside than I can explain. There's so much that's happening right now for me, and I'm just loving it. I'm just loving it. In January, not January, I'm sorry, but in October, when I have my birthday, I really kind of sit and kind of explore where it is that I've been and where I want to go, and I start planning for the next year. And so I had all these plans. I bought this planner, had all these plans, the things that I was going to do, and come like latter part of January, February, change. I said, no longer those things. My life started turning into a different direction. So the things that I had planned out, and they say, want to hear God laugh, make some plans. And that's pretty much what I did. I made some plans, and none of those things went into play. It was a time for me to go inside and to really, work on myself. I have this show, Conversations with Kai Man, and I do a lot of talking with other people about, the point that they transform. But now, for me, it's beyond that level of what made you transform. How do you grow from that transformation? Where's your life leading you now? How much do you know about yourself? How much more do you know about the world? How much have you awakened and become conscious? How much of yourself that you are begin to explore? And I'm telling you, when I do come back to the Conversations with Kai Man show, it's going to be on a totally different level. It really is. It's going to be on a totally different level. But I'm just excited about life. Excited about the things that I'm doing and that I'm learning, and it's just amazing. Like literally, I did this job, and I'm not gonna go into it, but I took this job because I wanted to save a certain amount of money, and I wanted to go back and pay off some debts that I had. And so I took this part-time job, and it's so funny because at first I was like, oh, it's like I'm going back to high school, and and taking this job. But it has been like the most beneficial thing for me, being in this space. I had told myself once I got the job and I started, I said, I'm going to allow myself the opportunity to learn everything that I can. Now, in the past, I've done part-time jobs and worked them probably no more than a month and been like, oh, I'm so tired, I can't do it, and quit. And I've been doing this probably for about 4 months now. It has allowed me such a space of learning and understanding some of the pieces that were missing in my life that I didn't get. Is almost because I skipped over them. And And I took this opportunity, and every day I say to myself, instead of saying like, oh gosh, I could really be home right now, I don't have to do this, I say to myself, what am I going to learn today? I'm so excited that I get the opportunity to talk to hundreds of people and get to learn not only some things about them, but more about myself and the strength and the character that I have. And it's been amazing. I'm telling you, when you allow yourself to go back and do some things that you should have done a long time ago, and you may think that it's beneath you, you may think that, oh, it's teenagers there, and I'm like this old person, but it allows me this space to just learn some things that I did not get before. And I get to hear no a lot, where in my life I have not heard no a lot. And so it has allowed me the opportunity to hear no a lot, and it's strengthening my character, it's strengthening my resolve, and it's allowing me to understand more about where it is that I want to go within my own business. So it's cool. Then I have this other opportunity. I've been working with this major company, and it's doing marketing, what I love to do, and I'm able to create these videos, and I'm able to create a plan for them and really delve into how their social media is working. And it's amazing. It's amazing that when you allow yourself no judgment, you allow yourself to just to hold a space of learning and to let your opinions go, that you begin to have the things that you really want in life. And I really have been having the opportunity to have more in life. I'm working with an amazing artist, and so it's great. Like I'm having these moments. I told myself I didn't want to, work with a bunch of people. I had done that so much that I wanted to, in order to focus on myself, I knew I had to let some of that go. And I began to clear space for myself, not for anybody else, but to clear space for myself, to allow myself to learn more and to be in a space of relation with myself, and relation with my children, relation with my partner. And just learn. I just wanted to just learn about who it is that I am and where it is that, not so much just where I'm going, but the process of it, and loving even when it seems hard, like the day may be hard, but to understand there's lessons within it, and I'm getting those lessons. It's been amazing. It really has been. And I just love this space. I love that I'm allowing myself more room to be comfortable, to get comfortable, not in a space where you're always uncomfortable because you're trying to grow from this mountain, but allowing myself to get to this other mountain where there's balance, where you don't have to be so serious and so professional all the time. You can be silly and have fun, but then you have this spiritual side of you where you're looking at metaphysical things. You're reading books about chakras, you're reading books about crystals, you're reading books about astrology. You're just delving into some things that you have not before. And I know people, some people hear that and go, oh my God, she's going to be working for the devil. And there's no such thing, first and foremost. But anyway, no, I love God. I love my higher self. I love being more conscious and, not awoke. I don't like that term, but just being more conscious and tapping into that subconscious side of me, and really reading books about dreams and how to manipulate my dreams, because I don't know about anybody else, but my dreams always come true. I've had deja vus most of my life, and I walk into circumstances and I'll say, oh my God, I was just dreaming about this. And so I want to understand that and utilize those dreams to my own benefit, and to understand it from a perspective of intuition, telepathy, clairvoyance, whatever. I'm allowing myself that space because I understand that to be an underlying gift that I have. But it's a gift that everybody else has as well. If we begin to allow ourselves to open up and to begin to raise our vibration and our frequency, we can do the same thing. Everybody can do the same thing. We all have been given that gift. Anyway, I don't want to digress, and I'm going to leave you guys with that. I don't know if this will be something that I'll do weekly or just, every so often. I'm not going to commit to anything because right now I just want to be in this space of just learning and reading and growing and challenging myself and, and just walking over or through obstacles, not over them, but through them. So this may not, happen a lot, but I just want to say thank you if you're listening to it. Thank you for listening to it. Hopefully I wasn't rambling a whole bunch and that you got what it was that I was trying to say, that I'm really just focusing on myself right now and trying to really delve deep into spirituality, consciousness, astrology, dreams, and just trying to utilize the playbook that was given to me. And so that's what's happening. Peace out. Deuces. Does anybody even say that anymore? Anyway.